A chat with Glendora, a show for living right. A chat with Glendora makes your day so bright. Words of inspiration, jokes to make you smile. Come relax and chat with Glendora for a while.
Folks, grace and peace unto you from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. And this is a chat with Glendora. And Adam was talking to God, and Adam says, God, I need a partner. I can't handle this stuff all by my own. I have to get up in the morning and fold up this tent and walk across the hot desert. And then at night I have to come home and get my own supper, and then I have to wash all the dishes. God, I can't handle this. I have to have a partner. I need a wife. And God said, that's going to cost you an arm and a leg. And Adam said, how about a rib? Honey, do you have any more jokes for us? Well, first of all, what number program is this?
We are 14,000. Let's see.
452?
452, yes.
And what day is it, dear?
Today is March 19th, 2025.
Dear March was such an exciting month, and it's almost over. And the temperature's in the 40s, folks. And there is precip today. You're just looking at another drip. My darling, can you cheer us up with jokes?
I certainly can try.
This is your buddy Stephanie, everybody.
All right, the first one is piano tuner.
Oh, the woman went to the door, and here's a man standing at the door. And the woman says to the man, I did not send for the piano tuner. And the man says, no, ma'am, the neighbors did.
The next one is work is improving.
The boss said to the secretary, your work is improving. It doesn't take us as long to do it over.
Fourth piano concerto.
Somebody asked the piano soloist, why did you choose to play Beethoven's fourth piano concerto? And the soloist thought a long time, and then he said, that's what the orchestra was playing.
Yeah. The next one is work of 5 men.
A man came rushing home from work, and he says, honey, I'm going to lose my job. The company's hard. The company's found something that will do the work of 5 men. And she said, 1 woman?
The next one is call my broker.
This big CEO balloon type said to his secretary he had important people in his office. And as he's going into the closed doors with the important people, he says to his secretary, while I'm in here, call my broker. And she said, yes, sir. Stock or pawn?
All right. The next one is judge dentist.
Judge to the dentist?
Yes.
You know what the judge said to the dentist, folks? Do you swear to pull the tooth, the whole tooth, and nothing but the tooth?
All right. The next one is pull the right tooth.
What, dear?
Pull the right tooth.
Oh, hey, doc, the patient said to the dentist, you still haven't pulled the right tooth yet. And the dentist says, no, but I'm getting closer.
Okay.
Who said the British are not coming?
Who?
Paul Revere. And you know, April 18th is a holiday, I think, in Massachusetts.
Yeah?
And in Maine, and I think Rhode Island. That's the night of Paul Revere's ride. 1 by land, 2 by sea.
Yeah. The next one is the poor tailor.
What, dear?
The Poor Tailor.
I don't know his joke. Oh, I do know a joke about a poor tailor. And his rabbi said, well, I know your business is bad, but what you have to do is take the Lord as your partner. Oh, so months and weeks went by, and the rabbi came to see the poor tailor, and the rabbi said, how is your business? And the tailor says, it's flourishing. It's flourishing. We have stores everywhere. We have trucks everywhere. Look, there goes one of our trucks right now, Lord and Taylor.
The next one is frog parking.
This is Amy's joke. The frog, what happened to the frog when he was illegally parked? He got towed away. You like that? I'll tell Amy that you
I liked that one,
Folks,
yeah.
did you like that? I'll tell Amy that you liked her joke.
All right. So the next thing we have then is the Bible passage.
One interesting thing to tell everybody, Stephanie,
Yes.
is that I do have this joke collection.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no question about it. The jokes are superb. There's just, and they have been told over and over. They have been tested and tested and tested over and over. And they never fail. And if anybody did, any joke did it, it was taken out of the collection. But I figure it takes me about a year to go through the collection. And I think that Stephanie and Amy and Glendora have just started going through the collection for the 31st time. Now, that may be a bad estimate. I didn't count. Well, I think we're going through it for the 31st time, hon.
Oh, wow. That's still quite a lot.
I guess that's why we have to keep hiring new people, because they don't know the jokes, right?
Yeah.
And the jokes are new to them, right?
They're the new to somebody else, yeah.
Okay, what were you told me to do, dear?
Next is the Bible passage.
Oh, what is it?
It's John 16:33. I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart. I have overcome the world.
Oh, that is so true. Now translate it. Another word for Jesus is love. Now, Steph, read it again the way it's written, and then we'll put in the word love.
Sure. I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart. I have overcome the world.
Now, Steph, help me with this. Jesus says, I have told you these things. The things that he's talking about is love.
Yes.
It's love. Love is the winner. And then what did he say? I have told you these things, love.
So that in me you may have peace.
So that in love you will have peace. I guarantee it. I have personal knowledge of this. In love you will have peace. In fact, that's the only place that you will have in peace. We have a disruption here with a property owner, but I'm not going to make a fight over it. I am going to have love and peace, and love will solve this. It looks very bleak now, but love will solve this. And then what did he say?
In this world you will have trouble, but take heart. I have overcome the world.
There you are. Love has overcome tribulation. Every time. We couldn't have a better Bible passage, Steph.
No, we couldn't.
Love will overcome tribulation. Love always wins. Love always succeeds. Good deeds, helping others, love, jokes, cheer will always win. Isn't there a song about that? Oh, let the sun shine in, face it with a grin. Frowners always lose, smilers always win. Isn't that so, Steph?
Yes, that is.
Okay, honey, what else do we have?
We have the hymn.
Or him?
Yes, it is Be Thou My Vision.
Yes. I never was a good singer, except that I always had the Spirit, and the Spirit could see you through the song. But now, folks, as I grow older, 96, things move around in your throat, and your voice isn't the same. But I'm going to try it anyhow. This is a very old Irish hymn that I believe goes back to the 8th century. Be thou my vision, O Lord of my heart, all else to me but save that thou art, thou my best thought, by night or by day, waking or sleeping, thy presence my light.
That was really nice.
Thank you, honey.
You want to go on to the vocabulary word now?
Yes, please.
It's alchemy.
Oh, this is an interesting word, Steph. Want me to help you reading? I understand the penmanship is very bad.
Well, I wrote it out so that when we discussed it. So,
okay.
It's the medieval chemical practice, the great object of which was to change baser metals to gold, the universal cure for disease, and the secret to long life.
Isn't that interesting? Steph, read it again, would you?
The medieval chemical practice, the great object of which was to change baser metals to gold, the universal cure for disease, and the secret to long life.
Isn't that interesting?
It is.
And they finally realized that you can't do any of them, right?
Right.
Because love God is running the world, and love God doesn't want it that way.
Right.
But it was interesting. Alchemy. Nice word, Steph.
Yes, thank you.
Good vocabulary word.
Oh, definitely. All right, on to the announcements.
Oh, announcements?
Yes.
Oh, I like announcements. What do you have?
All right, the first one we have is a letter from Wikimedia that says, thank you for your generous gift to support Wikipedia and a world where knowledge is free for everyone. Every single donation helps us improve people's access to accurate and reliable information, especially in a rapidly changing world. I'm truly grateful for your support in enabling billions of people to experience the gift of knowledge through Wikipedia.
Oh, what a beautiful goal they have.
Oh, yes,
That
definitely.
is Wikipedia, folks. Wikipedia. Stephanie, I believe that you took their pre-printed envelope out, and I believe you put it in the finance pouch, and I believe you're going to send them another $10, aren't you?
I believe so, yes.
Absolutely. Every time they send us a nice letter, we send them another $10.
Yes. All right, the next one is a letter from the Physicians Committee.
There's a good one, yes.
That says, your commitment to the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine has been nothing short of inspiring. Thanks to your steadfast support, animals have been spared from suffering and people's lives are being transformed through our efforts to modernize medicine. PCRM has been at the forefront of progress for 40 years, and I can't express how much this means to me and to those whose lives you've touched.
You see, Dr. Dr. Barnard, yes, was either a medical student or a professor in a medical college. But he saw these animals being tortured. And this is your little kitties, your little kittens, and your little doggies, and your little puppies, plus all the other animals we love being tortured daily and then thrown into the wastebasket. And he says, there's other ways to do these things. There's other ways for medical students to learn. And he stepped in and started, what do you call it? The Physicians Committee?
For Responsible Medicine.
Yes. 40 years. So that one we'll certainly send another $10 to.
Oh, yes. All right.
Is that in the pouch, the finance pouch?
I don't think so, but I'll put that to the side so that we know to...
Do you have the envelope there?
Yes.
I'll hold on to it.
All right, here you go.
In fact, I have the finance pouch right here, dear.
All right.
And I'll put it in there.
Okay.
It's a big envelope.
Yeah.
Don't they have a little envelope?
No.
Okay.
That's the only envelope they have.
All right. It won't fit in the pouch, but I'll put it in the drawer.
And the next is a card from Pam Lavin.
Oh, dear Pam Lavin. Can you tell her again how many carnations she sent and how many daisies?
Yeah, she sent a lovely bouquet that had 2 nice red carnations, probably about half a dozen daisies. I think they were lavender, and there was also 2 roses, and some lilies.
And why did she send it, folks? Because she wanted me to appreciate spring. She's just love in her heart, and she wanted to let it bubble over into spring, and she sent it from New Hampshire. And who is she? As a little girl, she was a fan 70 years ago of the SS Glendora TV show for children. Thank you, Pamela Lavin, New Hampshire.
Yes. All right, and the next announcement we have is a postcard that we sent to Kate Rolfe, who's the CEO and president of Nescentia.
Can I show them the postcard?
Sure.
May I, please?
Yes. Well, it's a copy of the postcard.
Do I have it right?
Yes, you do. I gave it to you so it's facing them. And
she is. Yes, did you read it, honey?
Sure. Glendora has asked your people 11 times to send her hearing aids. This has gone on for 3 months. It is not here. Your employees may need a hearing kit. Also unheard is Glendora's request for diapers. The ones you have been sending her are way too small, and she has told Tara and crew the same 11 times. Thank you for sending so many interesting brochures. Glendora does not have enough PA hours to have them read to her. She is blind. When you send out your next mailing, will you call Glendora and have one of your people read it to her? Glendora discusses these things on 78 TV stations, Boston to San Diego, and on YouTube/Twitter X. Yours in truth, Glendora Buell. Would you like me to read the joke?
Oh, yes.
All right. A freighter is carrying a load of red paint, collided with a freighter carrying a load of purple paint. At last report, the crews of both ships were marooned.
And Amy Diamond, thank you for being the amanuensis on this. How is it addressed?
It says to Kate Rolfe, in personam, CEO and President, Nescentia Insurance, and then it has their address.
What is the address?
1050 Genesee Street, Syracuse, New York, 13204.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
So this is a giant postcard. I wanted her to see it, and I wanted the world to see it. And this is the second time I've tried to get through to her.
Yes.
See thou my vision, O Lord.
All right.
All else to me say but that thou art.
So the next thing we have is from National Grid, and they're still paying. You don't have to pay anything for this month.
Yes. Can you show them the part that says, you want me to hold it and you zoom in?
I can put it.
Says don't send any money?
Yeah, I can do that.
That's worth the world.
Yes. Here, I'll put it in front. It says no payment due.
I want to thank the County of Rensselaer, New York State. Rensselaer County is right above or to the west or to the east of Albany County, which is to the east of Schenectady County. And I want to thank my dear Rensselaer County for that. I also want my Rensselaer County to do their Meals on Wheels and stop feeding people foods that cause cancer, heart disease, colonitis. Feed them plant-based foods. And they should not discriminate against Glendora. They should send Glendora a meal that is plant-based. You cannot discriminate against Glendora because she is vegan. You know, that begins to be a religion question because the Seventh-day Adventist religion, you know, they're vegan. All righty, that's enough soapbox. What else?
All right. So we have the next thing is about almond milk from Veg News.
Oh, really?
Yes. It asks, is almond milk bad for the environment, and how does it compare to cow's milk?
What are they saying, hon?
Nowadays, milk can be made out of most plant-based ingredients. And almond milk has a
There's
bad...
a notification for Glenn.
Go ahead, Sif.
Yes. So almond milk has a bad reputation, but it is, that the question is that many question if the plant-based alternative almond is good for the environment because almonds are a very, very thirsty crop. So they like a lot of water.
Listen, do you have a problem with that, people at home, people watching YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter? Do you have a problem with that, people watching my program on 78 public access stations? I do not have a problem with that. So I'm just going to pass.
All right. The next is what are kelp noodles? Plus tasty vegan recipe ideas from Veg News.
Oh, okay. And the next sentence?
Seafood doesn't have to involve sea creatures at all. Our oceans are home to nutritious vegetables, one of which is kelp.
Oh, that's enough, honey. What else?
All right, and the last one from Veg News is the secret to a 117-year life. What we can learn from Maria Brenes Morera.
Now, listen. That's a tremendous announcement. She lived until she was 117. She died in her home somewhere between France and Spain, somewhere right in there in the Pyrenees. But she was born in San Francisco. Her daddy had a newspaper, and he published it in San Francisco. And when Marie was a teenager, her daddy decided to move back to Spain. So they all moved back to Spain, and that's where she lives henceforth, up to age 117. But what perplexes me about this, Veg News, which is a superlative news service, is a year late. She died last year. And I remembered that she died because I would call Google and ask who was the oldest person in the world, and it wasn't she any longer. It was a man down in South America who was also 117. So I don't understand why Veg News is a year late with us, and I miss the article that the New York Times would have written about it. They would have written a beautiful article, I'm sure, because my friend Brittany doesn't read to me the New York Times anymore the way she used to before she had her baby. Anyway, read the first paragraph, would you, dear?
Sure. Maria Branis Moreira lived through 2 world wars, the Spanish Civil War, and 2 pandemics, the 1918 flu and COVID-19. A supercentenarian, she lived to be 117, making her the world's oldest living person before her passing in August 2024. When asked by the Guinness World Records about her secret to longevity, U.S.-born Branis, who showed no signs of heart disease, cancer, or dementia, credited, quote, good genetics and luck.
All right, I'm going to reserve on that. And I think next week, folks, we will read you some more of that. Meanwhile, you can go to the website Veg News, VEGNEWS. Is it 2 words, Steph?
No, just 1.
It is?
Yep, just 1. And we're also at 27 minutes.
Oh, that's good. That's very good. Steph, anything you want to say as a wind-up?
No.
Folks at home, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and public access TV shows, do you want to say anything in parting? I will say this: love, good deeds, helping others, jokes, and cheer. Grace and peace unto you from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. And what is it, Steph, when all is said and done?
The only thing that matters is how did you treat others.
Amen.